pretend it never happened. Politely smile as you turn around. And do the act like you never met me. Do the act like you never met me. Do the act like you never met me. And slowly walk away. The hidden kisses, the clumsy conspiratory glance. But I don't really mind it, no, I always like the way it danced. It's so easy to do, so much simpler than the one we did before. Just point out your toe at someone you know, pretend that they're not. And do the act like you never met me. Do the act like you never met me. And do the act like you never met me. And slowly walk away.
Here's a little dentist who might have business. Here's a little dentist who might have business. Turn of a monkey and a turn of a twist. Here's a little dentist who might have business. Here's a little dentist who might have business. Here's a little dentist who might have business. Might have business. Here's a little dentist who might have business.
Slide to the left, now slide to the right. Now tell me once again how I was a really great guy. Now dip to the right, now shimmy to the left. It's 3 o'clock in the morning, don't answer my text. Now take a step back and take a couple more. Now one more sorry look before you walk out that door. Arch your back when you spend the night with him. Bounce around a while, never talk to me again. That's how you do the act like you never met me. So do the act like you never met me. Do the act like you never met me. And slowly walk away. at your eyes, playing piano and staring out your window in the middle of the night, from your house on the hill. I was hoping that you wouldn't forget me, but I know you will. So don't go around saying there's no such thing as love. You can't go trading me places. Don't forget that I am the cynical one. Wine and roses are fine, but I like the harder stuff. And I can still remember when too much was never enough. So don't go around saying there's no such thing as love. You can't go trading me places. Don't forget that I am the cynical one. Don't forget that I am the cynical one. Don't forget that I am the cynical one. Don't forget that I am the cynical one.
And there's a song there that's coming from, from the
I thought the whole point was you were living on the edge. So when those sounds start to drift down the halls and start to freak out the neighbors, remember that it's good, clean fun, just wholesome delinquent behavior. Ooh, remember your safe word. Remember your safe word. Remember your safe word. Ooh, remember your safe word. Remember your safe word. Remember your safe word. Everyone looks the same in this town. You can hardly tell the difference. She stayed at home and figured out how to will herself out of existence. She gave it a try. She closed her eyes. She didn't know how to feel. She just hoped that it wouldn't hurt. It almost would. They lie right to your face in this town. What did you expect? She wishes that she could have seen what they saw. That left them so unimpressed. So she gave it a try. She started to cry. She said to herself, well, at least it could have been worse. And it almost worked.
Why didn't you come home?
She walked into the room like people tend to do when they show up. She was only 22 and sick of people
that. Besides, don't you think you better let the folks in on what this is all about?
Almost like that. Almost like that. Almost like that. Last night you kissed me when I cut them off. They go almost like that. Almost like that. Almost like that. Almost like that. Last night you kissed me when I cut them off. They go almost like that.
By the way that you say nothing much at all, I could have guessed by the messages you sent but never called. But most of all, I could have seen it in the colors of your hair. 'Cause they don't appear in nature except to warn you of the danger, and I know that you don't care, but I want you to stay. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Stay the hell away from me. I could have guessed if I liked you a little less, I probably could have recognized the sun. But I don't mind when your roommate barges in and lists off every single name but mine. But that's the way it goes, you'll always be the last to know, till someone comes and slaps you on the face. But it's okay, 'cause if you're at a loss for words, I know exactly what I'd say. I'd tell you to stay. I'd tell you to stay. I'd tell you to stay. Stay the hell away from me. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. I want you to stay. Stay the hell away from me. And despite all the silence, I heard about it anyway. Was it me or with Mike who stayed for the night? But only Joe made it through to the day, and that was the summer. That's just life in LA. You're either screaming your cause or begging for someone to stay.
But last night you kissed me when I cut them off. They go almost like that.
So stay. Why don't you stay? Why don't you stay? Stay the hell away from me. Why can't you stay? I want you to stay. I just want you to stay. Stay the hell away from me. Just stay the hell away from me. Stay the hell away from me. Just stay the hell away from me. Just stay the hell away from me.